I was scrolling through Facebook, and then I saw the Hebrew text. And I said, oh my God, they just blew up our building.
This American-owned building in the southern Lebanese town of Bint Jbeil was destroyed by Israeli forces in April. Bint Jbeil became a central battlefield between Israel and Hezbollah. The war has displaced the entire town, but it has also destroyed homes owned by U.S. citizens, people who had emigrated to the Dearborn area of Michigan, where a community of Lebanese-Americans is now watching the destruction from afar. We identified dozens of American-owned properties that have been demolished by Israeli forces since April. These are commercial buildings, permanent residences, summer and ancestral homes, including the one where Danielle Elzayat grew up.
I know probably 1,000 families who have lost their homes.
Elzayat was born in Michigan and lived in Bint Jbeil as a child.
A lot of the South villages, Bint Jbeil, Tibnin, Kaunin, a lot of them immigrated to Dearborn. And that's because that's where the jobs were. The jobs were with the big three. The jobs were with the car factories. My father was a UAW retiree for Ford Motor Company. So he would save little by little so he could build the house next to his dad, because that was his dream. The one thing my father always told us is, take care of the house, make sure the house stays in the family. So my brother and sisters, we'd all be sharing pictures all the time. I would always just locate the school that was across the street from us. Then I'd be able to locate our house and we'd be like, okay, it's still standing. And then the next day you'd go to the next picture. Okay, it's still standing. So my sister had sent a picture and she said, I think the house is gone. And I was like, no, send me the picture. So she shared the picture and did the same thing. I looked for the school and then I looked for the house and the house wasn't there anymore. The first thought that we all had was, thank God he wasn't here to see this, because that would have killed him. If he was still alive, that would have devastated him. People are losing their lives. Mothers are burying their children. And here I am crying over a home. But I can't help it. It's where we came from.
Israel invaded southern Lebanon in response to Hezbollah rocket attacks at the beginning of the war with Iran, and has since captured a so-called security zone along the border. Bint Jbeil is seen as operationally central to the IDF's stated mission of protecting northern settlements.
אנחנו בכל המקומות, כמו שאנחנו בעזה, כמו שאנחנו בסוריה, גם פה בלבנון. אנחנו נמצאים קדימה ואנחנו חוצצים באמצעות הכוחות שלנו, הרקם שלנו, החיילים שלנו, בין האויב לבין היישובים. זאת התפקיד שלנו, זאת המשימה.
This briefing was filmed inside the home of a U.S. citizen who lives in Michigan. The home now looks like this. An Israeli military official told the Journal the home would have been left in good condition and likely sustained damage from surrounding activity. The official said its forces are targeting terrorist infrastructure, and that every building demolished was being used by Hezbollah fighters. Satellite imagery, as well as videos put out by the IDF and Hezbollah, verified by the Journal, show the scale of these demolitions that have taken out entire neighborhoods. Take these houses, owned by Americans. A video from a Hezbollah drone and satellite imagery from the same day show Israeli military vehicles near the houses on April 30th. A week later, the houses have been destroyed. A similar pattern played out around this house, owned by Arif and Aida Saad.
I woke up one day to hearing my house is going, destroy. Why? Bint Jbeil, it's beautiful. I miss it. Really, I miss it.
We inherited a home, but we made it better when we took it over.
I designed the house. We got so many things outside, fountain, like falls with the lights.
After the year 2000, we were going every year until we lost it. Until we lost it. We still don't understand why.
Large-scale demolitions have played out across southern Lebanon, following a precedent set in Gaza. But in Bint Jbeil, the operation held a certain symbolism. The town was occupied by Israel until 2000, when Hezbollah fighters pushed troops out.
إن إسرائيل هذه التي تملك أسلحة نووية وأقوى سلاح جو في المنطقة والله هي أوهن من بيت العنكبوت.
This victory speech in Bint Jbeil Stadium became infamous. Israeli forces blew up the same stadium this April, saying it was booby-trapped. After, a military spokesperson said the troops had come to finish the story. In the following days, the surrounding neighborhood was demolished. By April 25th, the demolitions had reached this house, owned by Nasser Beydoun's father.
He started building it in 2000, right after Israel withdrew. And then when they called a ceasefire, we said, oh, wow, okay, we made it through 3 wars. As you can see, our house is totally destroyed. My uncle's house, my cousin, and my other cousin. You know, my dad's 90 years old. To this day, we haven't told him that the house was destroyed because it'll break his heart. You know, he keeps asking, anything happened to the house? We said, we don't know yet. We have no idea, but, you know, whatever happens, happens.
In a statement, the IDF said it was not aware of any American-owned properties in Bint Jbeil, and that it takes extensive precautions to mitigate harm to civilian infrastructure, despite the fact that Hezbollah operates in civilian areas. When we sent specific locations of U.S. citizen homes, they declined to comment further, but said that all buildings demolished were done so for operational reasons. The demolitions continue. This video was just posted this week and shows at least one home owned by a U.S. citizen.
These are the olives. This is the last that we're gonna have from there. And this is, I put my olive in here, like keep it in the dark. Olive tree means a lot to me because it brings life, and olive is good for your body. And God talked about it in the Quran. And that's it, we're not gonna get any more of them because they destroyed our trees. They killed them, just like they killed everything else. If Bint Jbeil comes back, I'll go back the second day. But if I can't go to Bint Jbeil, I'm not sure if I ever go back to Lebanon again.